You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Folks, the family of SeMarion Humphrey, the young man, part of this strange, sick, demented story in Plano, Texas. They're demanding justice be served after they say he endured a hate crime at a sleepover with his classmates in Plano, Texas, which is in north of Dallas. In a viral video originally posted to Facebook, Humphrey can be seen being forced to drink a yellow substance while his white classmates from Haggard Middle School giggle and tease him. Humphrey's mother, Summer Smith, believes the drink contained urine and says her son was shot with BB guns and called racial slurs during the slumber party. Plano's Independent School District and its police department are investigating the incident. Joining us right now is SeMarion Humphrey, his mom, Summer Smith, and their attorney, Kim Cole. Glad to have all three of you here. Sorry under these circumstances. First, I'll ask you, Summer, walk us through the timeline. When did this happen? Walk us through that.
The incident happened the weekend of February the 12th when they were, it was a sleepover that was supposed to be just two people in SeMarion. So it was just supposed to be three people in total. And I didn't find out, though, about what happened until this past week. So when the boys took the videos, apparently the week that they were out, which they were out for an entire week for the snow week, they were sending the videos around to other people at the school.
I know it's difficult, SeMarion, but for just describe when you went to this sleepover, correct?
Yes.
How many other kids were there?
There were.
The first night.
So the first night there were only, at all, there was only one other kid there.
Okay, and so were there parents there? Were there other parental were there chaperones? Were there guidance, or y'all left alone?
We were left alone.
Which is also obviously problematic there. So you're at a classmate's house. Were y'all watching movies? How did all of this even just happen?
So at first, the first night it was just me and the other kid, and we were just playing video games and watching movies, and we went out to eat. But then the second night, that's when the three boys came over, and then at first we were just playing video games and watching movies, and then later on that night, that's when it all happened.
When did you find out, Summer, what took place?
I found out Tuesday, which was March the 2nd. The boys so there was three specific boys that came over that following night that I didn't even know were going to be there. And one of those boys and SeMarion got into it about his racial slurs and about these disgusting things that he said about women. And in that, he threatened him that if he told anything, they were going to jump him. I didn't know what he was saying, till what. I just knew that they were saying they were going to jump him. So I told SeMarion, well, you go to school and you go straight to the principal's office. And he said to me, okay, I'm really scared. We had a conversation about it. I said, don't worry. She's going to take care of it. I'm going to take care of it if she doesn't. And when he got there, and then the principal, of course, started asking, the assistant principal, she started asking him questions. And so during that, he said that he literally just told it all. So when she called me, the first call that she made to me was just a distraught, weird, it's a lot going on. I need to talk to some more people. I need to do some investigation, and I'll be calling you back. And I was just thinking, well, how bad could it be? I mean, I know they said they were going to jump him, but they didn't do anything. So I was confused as to what she was even referring to. And when she called me back, she was saying that it was going to be a lot involved. She was gonna, the SRO officer, which is like the school police officer, I was gonna need to talk to him. But that she had all of this stuff that had happened to SeMarion. And she asked him, did you want to tell mom or did you want me to tell mom? And he said, yeah, you can tell my mom. And she started telling me all of these things, and the tears just started rolling down my face because I was like, what? I'm not understanding. I need to understand what you're saying. And then to make all of it even worse, she said, and there's videos. So SeMarion just started sending me like the videos that people had sent to him from, at the while he was in the principal's office. So that's literally when I found out.
Kim, what do you make of the school district, the investigation, the parents? Take us through any of that.
I think they are all culpable. SeMarion had been bullied on numerous occasions on campus. The school district has pretty much taken a hands-off approach to this situation and just made this blanket canned statement that, oh, this happened off campus and we don't condone bullying of any sort. That's not true. There is a law, David's law, that allows them the authority, that gives them the authority to take action when there's cyberbullying. That's how Ms. Smith ended up finding this out, because the children, while they were out, while we were snowed in, these videos had been floating around the entire time. So most of the students at the school had seen these videos, and they were bullying him over the internet, making threats to him, telling him to kill himself over the internet. And that is something the school absolutely can act upon. And they have failed to do so. They also failed to act several times in the past when he reported being assaulted. There was one instance where he was hit with a belt in the locker room. One coach even withheld his inhaler. When he reported bullying to the coach, you know what, and people using the term bullying, to me, that minimizes the magnitude of these heinous acts. This far exceeds bullying. This is criminal. These are crimes. And to call it bullying, to me, minimizes what these young men did. And the school has taken no action. When SeMarion reported that he was being assaulted in the locker room, the coach just blew it off. Boys will be boys. You need to get tougher skin. And nothing ever happened. And so we end up here where they end up doing the ultimate harm by forcing him to drink urine.
Can I comment on that, Roland?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I just want to say that I've had a lot of people reaching out saying stuff like, why didn't he fight back? Why? I want y'all to understand, he was asleep. He was asleep. So even in the video where he's sitting up, he wasn't coherent. They woke him up out of his sleep and said, SeMarion, you stop breathing. You need to drink this. He had, even after that, he had no knowledge, because he is on medicine and he does go, like, they're talking about like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and he's been asleep for a couple of hours. The other abuse was taking place in his sleep. He couldn't fight back because he was asleep. Like, how do you put your hands on a defenseless person? And then to use something that he does have like some medical issues. So to say he stopped breathing in his sleep, and then you hear, because that is his friend, or what he thought was his friend in the video, giving it to him.
SeMarion, are you still being bothered by students in school?
No, sir.
Summer, Kim, what's next?
Hopefully criminal charges and jail time. Like I said, these are crimes, and given the fact that they were using racial slurs while they were committing these assaults and attacks and shooting him, this rises to the level of a hate crime. So what's next is I would like to see these white teenage boys prosecuted as if they were black boys. How about we do that?
Summer?
I'm fighting. What I want to say, I know all these people, I really just want to, I'm glad that you gave the opportunity. I hope people are tuning in, since everybody has this, I don't know, narrative that they've created in their minds, you know, coming to like try to attack me. Why was he had a sleepover in a pandemic? It was supposed to be 3 people. People go to restaurants in the pandemic, you know. So I wanted to address a couple of things. For one, I know his parents. I have spoken to his parents. Before this incident, my baby has hung out with this boy several times. I know them. He would not have gone anywhere without me knowing. And I had the text messages and everything to prove it. So this is not a case of why did you let him go with some bullies? Never, never. If he would have known that those 3 boys were going to even come by at any time, he wouldn't have gone. He wouldn't have wanted to go. This is a case of this boy, and I guess on the other side, because you have to remember, he was like virtual. So he's not going to the campus at this time. So they're hanging out outside, you know, of school. They're playing games every weekend. You know, he's gone over his mom's house. This is someone that he already knew, played football with for 2 years, never tried anything ever. And I just want to be clear. I have done nothing but attempt to protect him, his life, and his sister. That's the type of mother that I am. I just want to be clear in that I am going to fight. And not just for him, for all these other babies and mothers and fathers that have reached out to me about Haggard and the things that have been done and how they sweep things under the rugs. These 3 bullies have been in multiple situations and received nothing. Stayed on the football team, stayed in their regular classes. Nothing has happened. The law will be changed. We are fighting. All the people behind my baby, we are fighting. I just want to be clear. Okay, I'm sorry. I begin upset.
No. Go ahead. Go. No, you can. No, you look. Give an opportunity. Share what you want to say. Go right ahead.
I also just want to say to the police department as well that there is a disconnect, because you try to go to the school because you think that's what you should do that because they're at school. These things are happening at school. They're supposed to be protected at school. So of course you're going to go to the school and think that your child is going to be protected. But the minute that you go to them, they say, oh, you know, there's only certain things we could do. They pick and choose, and then go to the police. You go to the police and they say, well, this is a bullying issue. The school should handle it. It is a disconnect there. That's another reason why I'm fighting. My inbox freezes up when I try to check the number of messages. My daughter started the petition on Tuesday before this even went viral, okay? Before I decided to even post it. And the reason that I decided to post it is because nobody would help me. Literally, I called lawyers. I called the news. I sent emails. I was like, this happened to my child and nobody will help me. The school said to me so many times, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. I even asked her, when you say there's nothing we can do, what exactly do you mean by that? Because there's all of these things that you can do. And when that petition reached 2,000 signatures in one night, and half of those signatures were students of PISD telling me their story, telling me about bullying that has happened, telling me that they have told administrators and nothing has been done. It is a problem. PISD has a problem. We moved here for the schools. That's it. I moved to Plano because their schools are rated A+. They are rated the 9th district out of the state of Texas. That's why I moved to Plano. because they deserve the education that they get for free. Let's be clear. That's why we're here. However, coming here, we should not be subjected to that. Never. And I'm not moving. And for everybody that's saying take him out that school, no. Well, he out that school. But PISD, no. Because they will change this. It will be changed. I promise you.
Roland, we're meeting with some legislators and working on presenting some legislation to close the gaps between the school and the police department, because somewhere things that are being reported to the school are not making it to the police department so that they can be investigated for the crimes that they are. So we are meeting with legislators and having them present some legislation to get that changed.
Well, for folks who don't know, I still own a home in the Dallas area. Some of you are absolutely right about the Plano Independent School District. It is, Plano is about 90+% white. The resources that are poured into the schools there are significant. And the reality is you're right in one of the best education you can for your child, but also it's important that he be safe at all times, no matter as well. And so certainly we fully expect the Plano Independent School District and as well as the Plano Police to do their job there as well. So certainly keep us abreast of what's going on. SeMarion, you keep your head up. I got to ask you this here. SeMarion, what's the one book you're reading outside of school?
What's the one book you're reading outside of school?
Oh, one book? I'm reading The Boy at the Top of the Mountain.
All right. What is it about?
It's about this orphan who gets adopted by Hitler, and it just shows his perspective of the world and and just how he operates and just kind of how he feels about the whole situation.
All right, then. Well, the reason I ask, anytime I come up against a young man or woman, I always ask them what they're reading. I used to read 300 books a summer, so that's why I did that. And so keep excelling, keep doing well, and we'll certainly keep covering this story.
Thank you, Roland.
Thank you.
All right, well, appreciate it. Thank you so very much, folks. All right, folks, got to go to a break. First of all, real quick, let me go back to my panel. What you heard there, Julianne, is a mom who wants the best for her child. And this is what we were talking about, Julianne, when we have to fight for rights, fight for our issues to be addressed. This woman is saying, my son must be safe.
Absolutely. And I admire her fierceness and her tenacity. She said, I ain't moving. You know, she moved to the Plano area because they have better schools than other places in Texas. And she wants the best for her son. But the account of what happened to him is bone chilling. He's 12 and he's had to go through that. And I wonder what impact this is going to have on the way that he operates in the world later. He's got a fierce mom. He's got a great attorney. But this is not how a youth is supposed to operate in the world. They're supposed to be safe. They're supposed to be able to play. You know, it's bone chilling.
Avis, you're on mute.
Sorry. I said, yeah, it's horrible and sad to see. I am certainly hoping that she will see some justice from that school system. But it sounds like it's interesting to me. What she's finding is each side is like pointing fingers at the other side in order to not have to take any action with regards to mandating that there's accountability from this young man's abusers. You know, any other time you find that Black kids are picked up in school with resource officers or not at any time. And it's interesting that she's gone to the police and to the school system and hasn't gotten any sort of satisfaction from either one of those authority figures that's supposed to be charged with keeping her child safe.
Clemmy?
It's clear to me, Roland, that this young kid has suffered an absolutely terrible situation. And as a former state trooper, I feel that the Plano Police Department clearly let this kid down. The school district clearly let this kid down. His attack is invisible to them in ways that only reminds me of the type of racism that existed when Black folks entered into white areas during the post-World War II period. It is a sign of how we have regressed, that this young kid's humanity was completely invisible to both the police department and to the school district.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.